I'm not explaining it right. Would be more to the point, I'd say. My naivety of the turning world,
Yeah, no worries.
Nothing's ever new, is it? I don't recall seeing this anywhere, but it's mostly been done before.
Yeah, might have. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of stuff. Like, there's not much new in wood turning unless you come out with
Yeah,
something totally out of left field.
like a new tool or something stupid like that.
Yeah, or a new technique or something. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Resins are probably new-ish.
Pardon?
Resins and stuff are probably newish within the
Yeah.
last 50 years.
Yes.
Where's Robo tonight?
Oh, he might have. He might have customers.
Oh, that's all right.
Seems the rest of the world's getting back to normal now. He normally has a fair few customers.
Oh, okay. It's not normal here yet. We're going into a third wave and they're locking us down again for a third time.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're on another stay-at-home order for 30 days.
Bloody hell. People aren't learning, eh?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're closing all the big box stores too. You can only get pickup or delivery. I mean, but even Walmart's going to be closed. The only things open will be food and pharmacies. So if you go to Walmart, all aisles are closed off except for the food and the pharmacy.
Oh.
There you go. Got a visitor here.
Nice.
Oh.
Female or male?
This one is female.
How old is she?
She's how old is she? She's probably, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe 5 feet.
Nice markings. Very nice.
Yeah. Some of the markings remind me of like that Scream mask. Remember that Scream mask?
Yes.
There's some of them.
Yes. Yep.
But
yeah, I'm sure she'd give some people a fright too.
yeah, if she was out and about, she's fairly thick. She could eat the cat. My biggest one, my biggest boa, he's probably 6.5 feet, and he's probably as thick as my, I don't know, thick as my calf.
Yep.
It's just like,
So how many cats have they eaten?
none yet.
Are they
They
related
don't
to
get
Alp?
out. They're locked in cages, so.
Yeah.
I got 2 python females, 2 males, so 2 breeding pairs of them, and then the big male boa. I
Yep.
had a female, but I had to get rid of her because I had too many. They were all in the nursery, so, well, what is going to be the nursery?
Yes. Well, they're well protected. The baby's well protected, eh?
Yeah, exactly. No one's going to go in there. He doesn't even care. He's on his post just hanging out.
The snakes will be, the people will be like scared of the snakes, and it's the cats that'll attack them.
Pretty much. I'd be more scared about the cat than the snakes. Well, actually, no. The big boa has some pretty big fangs.
Are they, did you wake that one up? Or were they all active?
They're all active right now. They all start getting active right now.
Yep.
So she's pretty active. She just shed. So that's why she's so bright.
Okay.
But
hang on, Chris.
Hey, Chris, how's it going? Yeah, the other female is out, crooked up like a cobra, looking around.
Yeah.
Hey,
let me out. That's what he's saying, isn't it? Hey, let me out. What do you let her out for?
Yeah, let me out. Come here.
Where's what, Chris? Huh?
Hey, Chris. Where's that? Where's what? Where am I? Where is he?
In a house on a street.
Right? On a block? In
That's
a town?
Right. Exactly.
In a province? With the prime minister?
Yeah. Oh, no, don't go there. What is shut
well, that'll
down?
narrow down the countries.
Oh, he goes, what's shut down?
Oh.
From your COVID stuff.
Well, they just came on today, changing it from a shutdown to a lockdown or a stay-at-home order. So you have to stay at home unless you're working or if you're an essential service. If you're out, you could potentially be fined. You can go out for exercise though, like for a walk or a bike ride or whatever. But and also if you go out just to get like a bag of chips, and if you get stopped on your way home, you might get asked to present a receipt or where you were going, what you were doing. And if they see on that receipt you only bought chips, well, that doesn't really merit you to go out. You should go out to actually get groceries or stuff you need or a big enough buy to make it worthwhile that you don't have to go to the store to get a bag of chips every hour. But the only things that are going to be open are, well, I mean, hospitals and vets. But the only thing that's going to be open is going to be food and pharmacies. So even if you go to Walmart, all the aisles are going to be taped off and locked up and closed off. The only access you're really going to have is to food or the pharmaceuticals. You can get stuff from the hardware, but that'll have to be on like a pickup or a pre-ordered pickup type thing because they're on a locked door basis, so no one in, no one out. So, I mean, you could make an order and it could take days before they call you for pickup.
Yeah, they got a thing here called Click and Collect.
Yeah, it's probably very similar. All hairdressers and beauty supplies and all that stuff shut down.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, he's in Canada, Chris.
Yeah, in Canada. Where are you? Where are you from? And each province does their own regulations. So right now it's a province-wide lockdown for Ontario. So it doesn't necessarily, well, I mean, what was it? Manitoba has been shut down and locked down for a while. But Saskatchewan, Alberta, they're still up and running. Numbers climbing. Same with the Maritimes.
How you going, Neil?
Hey, Neil.
To be honest, Neil, nothing really. I'm just trying something out. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't really care. It's just some 90 by 90 pine I bought ages ago. You see what Chris is talking about in the chat room? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. No, it's not all of Canada. It's regulated province by province, unless it gets so bad that the federal government puts a lockdown into play. But right now it's province to province. So the mayors or premiers of the provinces make the regulations set out for the provinces depending on the numbers. So yeah, that's for Ontario. And we have to wear masks wherever we go. Well, I mean, not outside or not in your car if you're the only one in the car or whatever. But if you go into a building where anyone else is in, or we can't go into another person's house either. So, I mean, I can't really go to my mom's place and go inside her house legally. But, I mean, we could meet outside, but we couldn't go into someone's house. And if we were outside and we're outside of our bubble, we're supposed to wear a mask. But other than that, I mean, it's up to your own discretion. We're all adults. We can assess the risk.
Hey, Neil. Here you go. Check out this website. This is what Kate does. All right. There you go. Go check that out, Neil. How you going, Effie? And Chris too, obviously. Go check out that website. That's Cade's website and what he does and his events that he has and stuff. So.
Yeah, sweet. Thanks, Jay. Yeah, check it out if you like. I got a couple live demos coming up. One in 10 days and then one next month. So they're both on there too if anyone's interested. Or if your club might be interested. I do club demos. Now she's chill. She's just relaxing. Looking at me. Oh, what's up with my camera? In that damn camera. Yeah, the other day I did a bunch of birdmouth hollow forms, so they were fun. I had some wet cherry, so I threw them on, and that's sort of practice for an upcoming club demo I'm doing for Ottawa and Quebec Club. Which is 2 other clubs in Canada. Pretty chill. Working on a couple of things for an exhibition, an upcoming exhibition. So those are fun. Those are pretty extravagant, or I guess. We're in depth.
How are you, Effie? So sorry, did you say you were doing those birdmouth bowls for your demo?
Yeah. Not for my personal demos yet, but I will be doing one for my personal demo shortly.
Yeah.
This one is for 2 clubs, one in Ottawa and one in Quebec.
Okay.
And that's next month. So I'm keeping that one exclusive to them first.
Yep.
And then after I do that demonstration for the club, I'll offer it off my website to the public, to the worldwide public. But
Cool.
I got a whole bunch lined up. I got a whole page full, so I'll probably line them up a couple at a time or a few at a time. So I have 2 on there now.
Have you got a preferred wood that you like to do it with?
Pardon?
Have you got a preferred wood that you like to do it with?
Not really. Any sort of hardwood that's sort of fresh cut, not soaking wet, so I'm not having a shower, but maybe a month after being cut, so it still has some moisture in it.
Yep.
But I did some out of maple, which turned out really cool, and I sort of colored the insides. The ones I did the other day, I did out of black cherry. So it's a really nice color contrast between the sapwood and the heartwood, and the pith in them and all that. So that's cool.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask a favor, please? Would you be able to go and grab your YouTube channel and chuck it in the chat, please? Or put it in the private chat and I'll put it in the chat or something like that?
Yeah, sure. I just got to find it. I've gone on my page. I just don't know how to copy the link or to share the link, but I can try and figure it out. Or even if I find my name, I think it's Cade Bolger Woodturner.
I'll go there. All right, I'll go there.
Technology.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll do it. Yeah, I got it.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I made a few videos. I'll post eventually. I think I'll put her back and grab someone else. Maybe the other female. You need some exercise.
Neil put in, not so interested in the 100-year-old giddy fence post.
100-year-old giddy fence post.
Gidgy fence post or something like that.
Oh. What's the 100-year-old Gidgy fence post? Is there something on my website made from something like that? I don't remember making something out of a Gidgy fence post.
Giving you shit for something, maybe.
Oh, sweet. Is that it there? Thanks for sharing that. That's cool. I don't even know what the numbers and whatnot are. I thought it might have the name of the channel in it, but
No, that's all that came up.
oh, okay.
Oh, okay. There you go. He says it's common. It's an Aussie hardwood. 100-year-old will be like stone.
Oh, okay. Is that Jara fence post stuff? The Jara fence post that people turn out there?
Are you talking about Jara?
Yeah, it could be Jara.
Yeah, I got a piece of that.
That's hard stuff.
No, it's not coming up. It just comes up with a whole bunch of numbers and letters and stuff.
Oh, that's hissing at me now.
Oh, getting some bad juju. Better put them away.
Right.
You know what was hard, Neil? yellow box. That stuff that Darren gave to me at Robbo's house, and then I found a piece of it the other day, and yeah, it's some damn hard stuff.
Yeah, I bet. I've seen it, and I've seen Neil Turner turn it. I've seen Theo Harapula, or however you say his last name, turn it. But I've never turned it yet.
How you going, Mike? Oh. And Neil was saying this wood even makes yellow box seem soft. And I'll tell you what, yellow box is like turning a piece of metal for me. Because I haven't turned many pieces of wood, but still.
Turned a bunch of apple this week. That was nice. I did a bunch of live edge bowls, thin live edge bowls, and then I kept the apple chips because I use them in my barbecue and smoker. So the other day we had applewood smoked brisket. It was good.
That sounds nice.
Or some apple smoked chicken or cherry.
I got some plum.
Oh, nice. Yeah, with the purple streaks and swirls through it.
Yeah.
It almost looks like when you had it on that one way, it almost looks like a landscape. Hold it up like that again. Almost looks like a desert landscape of some kind with the horizon and the sky and the...
Yep. And there's a tree up there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks cool. Yeah.
Bushfire down here.
Yeah. Bunch of hyenas.
This is paper bark. It's meant to look rough and rustic. It's called paper bark.
Oh, cool. I wonder if it's the same thing here. And does it have the white paper that pulls off?
Yeah.
Because we call that white birch. White birch or yellow birch here.
It's got this. That's the bark that's just under the flaky stuff that comes off really easily.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And it has like a...
Never seen it.
Like a browny reddy tinge to it. It's when the bark's peeled off. Actually, it's a nice wood.
I got a hold of some birch, or what we call paper bark. It's like a white birch or a yellow birch, and it's nice. It gets some really nice spalting and mineral staining from the minerals in the ground. So I mean, rather than just black and white spalting, it's got like black, green, white spalting, and they all come together and create like a camo effect.
That'll look very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got I've got 2 pieces of red gum fence post.
Oh yeah.
It's just dust. That's all it turns to when you turn it. Just dust.
It's just so hard.
Yeah.
I got a piece of red gum a buddy gave me. It's 3/4 inch by 4 inches by 5 inches.
Wow. Plant it in the ground and see if you can make it grow a bit.
What am I gonna get out of that damn thing? Finials. Maybe 5 finials.
Yeah. You never know your luck.
Yeah. It's nice stuff.
Oh, there you go. Neil said there's about 50 different paperbark species, and it's no relation to birch.
To birch or poplar or aspen or paperbark. That's cool. It's good to know. I mean, even here in Canada, we have at least probably 4 or 5 paper bark type trees that I could think of. Yeah. Oh, hey, Midnight Joker. Hey, Eefy. It's like the start of a Stanley Cup. Do they play hockey in Australia?
Yeah.
Oh, they
They
do?
go. Yeah. I don't think they play it as seriously as they do in America and Canada, but yeah. Oh, the Wallabies or something like that. I don't know. You have to Sid. You can talk to him now, but how you going, Sid?
Hey,
good. How you going, Cade?
Good. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Can't complain too much.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, had a bit of a busy Easter, so got on the lathe the other night on Jay and managed to turn the side out of a bowl going too thin. So that's how you go. Out of practice.
Oh, nice. That's all right. That's good. Yeah, I had a fairly busy Easter too. Well, not too busy. We only had 2 dinners. Saw the wife's side and my side for a small dinner. We had to keep them
we were cooking
separate.
fish and chips all Easter.
Yeah, we had to keep them separate because we're limited on numbers indoors.
No, go with the better story is you got to keep them separate because they don't like each other.
Oh yeah, that too. They just won't get along.
Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
They can't be in the same room, so we had to have 2 dinners.
Mm-hmm. They'll be at each other like cats.
How you going, Neil? Yeah, Neil's right, mate. We've got one paper bark here that's a eucalypt, which has it's even got a really thick papery bark on it, and most of the other paper barks are Melaleucas. He's quite right.
White paper. I gotta Google that. I wonder how many of them are in Canada. I know of, I don't know, 3 or 4. Maybe. Let me see if I can do it without hitting the wrong button and pulling a Cade.
So the paper bark eucalypt is Eucalyptus cardamoma.
Oh wow. There's a paper bark maple. There's paper bark poplar, aspen, birch.
Yeah, we've got a swamp paper bark, which I've got right out in front of my house as a sort of a hedge across the front.
Paper bark maple. Huh.
There's something I picked up on the other day that I didn't know. We coming out of Mount Gambier and we found a maple tree on the edge of the road, a couple of small ones. So I used my app on my phone to do an ID, and it's sycamore. And I thought, well, there you go. I didn't know sycamore was a maple. Oh, the cade's sitting really still, or he's frozen.
Hey, I'm back. Yeah, I was just Googling paper bark in Canada. So they have a maple paper bark, aspen, birch, I think a poplar paper bark.
G'day, Effie.
But yeah, who knew there were so many paper barks? I just thought there was birch and aspen.
Yeah, Neil, you some of the melaleucas only come off in small pieces like the swamp tea tree, but what comes off in even bigger pieces is the eucalypt paper bark, and that's what they used to make canoes out of.
Melaleucas? Melaleucas? How the hell you say
as
that?
Neil spelled it in the chat, MELALEUCA.
Melaleuca.
Melaleuca. Luca. The EU makes a ooh sound.
Yeah.
A
Melaleuca.
bit like the OU in Canada in a boot. It's her boot. So we say about.
Okay. Yeah, the paper bark here comes fairly small pieces. Unless you get a fairly large birch tree, you can sometimes get a long piece that doesn't fall apart. But yeah, the Melaleucas are big sheets. Oh, okay. They're used by the Aboriginals to make boats. That's the same here. Our natives use the aspen and birch to make birch paperback canoes. Paper bark canoes, but they use birch. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a few around.
Small world.
Yeah. So I've been looking at Klondike's little turning projects for market sales and stuff like that. The little vases and birdhouses and the quick, easy, simple ones you can do really quick.
Yep.
So I've got that much wood at home now, like, and a lot of it's green. So I've got years to wait for it to be dry for bowls and stuff. But some of the stuff Lewis is doing, like rustic vases with just no finish, and barely even sanding them.
Like the jar ones out of the fence posts. I hear they sell well.
Yeah, I reckon they would too. I've got a few fence posts. I've got to try some of them. But these ones are just for dried flower arrangements.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he said you got to put on the tag. You got to put the caveat that they're gonna crack because you're turning them green and you're not finishing them. But it's part of the rustic look of them when they crack open anyway.
Yeah. You can do different things to stabilize them to limit cracking, but I mean, you can always let them crack and make that the feature too.
Yeah,
thanks for coming in, Neil.
I think the point of it is.
Take care, Neil.
Yeah, see you, Neil. I think the point of it with the paint is just not doing too much to it and selling it at a cheap price point.
Yeah, I mean the quicker, easier ones that don't take too much time, you can sell them for a less amount, so they usually move a little quicker. Depends on your market though, or what your demographic to what's popular, or even the era or the trend. Just like tattoos go in and out of style, like certain small turnings do too.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of doing half a dozen or so up, see how they go, and they're either going to move or they're not. If you don't do a big batch, you find out. If you do 6 and they don't sell, you haven't really lost much.
Yeah, exactly. And it could be the price.
Yep, that's right. They don't sell, you shift the price if they move, and then you work out whether you can do them at the new price point or not.
Yep. That's 100%.
Like my yo-yos, like I sell them for $4 each, and they seem to move out as fast enough at that.
44
Not
bucks?
yo-yos. Spinning tops, not yo-yos. I was thinking about making yo-yos last night, so I had it on the brain.
Oh,
See
okay.
you later, Chris. Thanks for coming in.
Take care, Chris.
Yeah, see
What
you,
do you
Chris.
sell the
Hey, Mike.
spinning
See you
tops
hiding
for?
there. Hey? Sorry,
What do you
Kate.
sell
Say again. No, we lost him. Kay dropped out. Jay might be trying to come back in.
Yeah. He hasn't.
Or he might not be, you never know.
He has to do it at least once.
I know. Wouldn't be me if I didn't do it once. And just as I hit the button, I'm like, oh, shit. But
you were saying?
It sort of cut out there when you said what you sell your spinning tops for.
I sell them for $4 each.
Oh, okay. That's good.
And I make them out of they're 2-inch by 2-inch bearers that come for building sheets. I've got about probably 50 or 60 of them I picked up from the local hardware store. They were dumping them onto a burn pile, and I said, no!
Sweet.
So
Prices, right?
I just cut them into 8-inch lengths, and I can cut 3 tops out of an 8-inch length and have a little piece for kindling left over.
That's all right. That's pretty good. I do spinning tops too here and there for like the festivals and the shows. It's sort of to draw the parents in. Because, I mean, the kids see them. You set a little bowl out front with the spinning tops, and the kids go crazy. And then it's playtime. And, oh, look at this, and look at this. And then it's almost an impulse buy for the parents to sort of calm your kids down or to shut them up. It's like, yeah, I'll get a spinning top. But by the time they do that, now they're in my booth and they're shopping for themselves. So the spinning tops I do... $3 each or 2 for $5.
Yep.
Just for them to go. And I mean, I'll rip ash to 2x2, and usually when I do my 101 classes or my courses with my students, when we do spindle turning, we do the beads and coves and valleys and V-cuts and all the presentation to practice your spindle turning techniques. And at the end of the day, they sometimes don't take them with them. So I throw that on and I chuck it up, and that's free spinning tops. Right? It's like double dip.
Yeah, that's most of the stuff that I'm turning I haven't paid for. It's all free wood.
Yeah. A lot of my stuff's paid for, but or it's given to me, or hand-me-downs, or a trade with a friend for a different piece of wood.
Yep. So virtually I've got to count the time, and that's it.
Yeah. The only stuff I do get found on road or by arborists, that'll be all my bowl stock and wet turning stock and hollow forms and live edge stock and stuff like that. I don't save that and wait half a lifetime for the wood to dry before I can turn a box out of it.
Yeah. No, I've got, I was adding it up before, I reckon in green or part dried wood, I've probably got well over a ton.
Oh yeah,
various varieties.
I might have 2 or 3. My wood storage
that's what I've got cut up, and then I've probably got another 2 tons sitting outside waiting to cut up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's always good to have storage there when you need it, or it's easier to dry it when it's free.
Yeah,
don't mind waiting.
I've just bought another shelf. When I fill that up, that'll probably have another 300 or 400 kilos on it.
Yeah. Most of my wet stock I use for the bowls and the platters and the plates and wet turnings and hollow forms and stuff, but you can only keep so much of that. So sometimes I will cut a portion of the larger logs into squares for spindle blanks or box blanks and allow them to dry. But I mean, they got to dry for forever. But
do you, with your green bowls, do you dry them or do you sort of let them? How long from when you finish turning it to selling it, or do you finish turn it green? Is the other question, I suppose.
I do a bit of both. I used to, well, I do, or I have. I used to really stock up on turning bowls green, and then I put them in my reptile room, which was heat humidity controlled, so they would dry relatively slowly.
Like a big kiln.
Yeah. So it would heat humidity controlled, so they wouldn't dry too quick because of the humidity that the snakes needed. But yeah, recently I've just been turning them wet, turning them green to a thin wall thickness. I sand and finish them to their final sanding. I remove the foot and the tenon and I make the bottom. And then from there, I just dry them. I stabilize them and I use a solution to stabilize the water in the wood from drying too quickly. I use like an oil mixed 50-50 with a solvent.
Yep.
And right after I'm done sanding and finishing and took the tenon off, I put this on it. So the solvent displaces the water. The oil is left behind, dries and stabilizes the wood. And then the solvent now evaporates, taking the water with it, and it evaporates at a slower rate, reducing your failure rate.
So what are you using for your solvent?
I use mineral spirits. You could use methyl hydrate. You could use white spirits, denatured alcohol, turpentine.
Denatured alcohol and methylated spirits will take the water with them. Turpentine may not.
Yeah, turpentine will sit on top.
Yeah.
Yeah. I use the denatured alcohol or the white spirits or the other one you said, the methyl hydrate.
No, methylated spirits is what I'm talking about, which is the same as denatured alcohol.
Oh, okay.
So add denatured alcohol here in New England is called methylated spirits.
Oh, okay. You could also use acetone.
Yep, that's a bit more expensive.
Yeah, more expensive, more toxic, longer off gas time. But
yeah, all that stuff.
But so I mean,
I use any losses out of that?
No.
No.
None.
So you're putting that on after you put your finish on?
No, that's right off the lathe after I've sanded it.
Okay. Yep, and then
it's
you
still
finish
wet.
it later.
No, it's all sanded and finished on the lathe.
Yep, but like as in a finish, as in whether you put a polyurethane or something like that on.
Yeah, lacquer or an oil or whatnot. Yeah, I put that on after once it's totally dry. So once the oil is dried, once the solvent has off-gassed, and once the moisture is out of it, then I would
all your mechanical finishing on the lathe, and then put the oil solvent mix on, and then when it's dried, you'll put any other finish on, liquid finish on later.
Yep. Yeah, then I just put it on my finishing table. So, and if you dry it slowly and you have a good consistent thin wall, it's going to dry evenly and minimize cracking and movement and warping and wobbly bottoms. And
some of the warping looks quite good, but you don't want it to wobble on the bottom either.
Yeah, I mean, the warping can can add a lot of character to it or artistic flair to it. I like turning.
Worked out how to stop the wobble. You make it a 3-legged bowl.
Yeah, or you leave a little bit of wood on the bottom and you make it concave underneath, and then you just sand those low sides on the outside and it still sits flat because we still have the concave underneath. That way I don't have to twice turn it or remount it to sand it and finish it, and it sands a lot easier and nicer wet. Well, I mean, you sacrifice your sandpaper for it when you do wet sanding. But I mean, with dry wood sanding, I sacrifice the amount of dust in the air in my lungs and my eyes. And
how you going, Joy? No. How you going, Blair?
G'day, Blair. G'day, Joy.
Hey, Joy. Hey, Blair.
Yes. I'm sort of exploring what I'm going to do with all the green stuff I've got. And I'll probably do some sort of rough turned and then turn later, but I want to do some that's pretty much finished turned and can be sold, be ready for sale in a month or so.
Yeah, some people do twice turned. I don't do twice turned. I usually do once turned. And either I'll finish it then and there, and then I'll do the drying process, or I'll just turn it and leave it rough with the tenon on it, throw it in the reptile room to dry, and then I'll mount it back on the tenon sand and finish it that way. So, I mean, I always turn it to the final wall thickness.
Yep.
Well, back to what I said, I don't want to wait too long, just be constantly waiting on wood to dry. This way it dries a lot quicker. So, I mean, if I turn that...
You're making an income out of it, though, aren't you?
Yes, yeah.
Is that your primary income?
Yeah, I turn full-time. 100% full-time professional.
Which is a little bit different to someone like me who's doing it for a hobby, and, you know, it's just a little bit of side pocket money.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can afford to wait for some of it, but...
Yeah. If I had a big enough place and storage and kiln and a warehouse to store all my twice-turned bull blanks, it'd be possible, but it would be a constant cycle. So it's a little bit quicker doing the once turned, allowing it to dry, allowing it to warp.
What I had half a thought of was going back to Klondike again, he made a kiln out of a freezer.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that I've got a couple of old fridges, but the freezer will be better because the insulation's better. Make a kiln and sort of do rough turn the kiln full, and then see how that finishes up. That can sit there and dry for a couple of months and finish doing a heap of green stuff in the meantime.
Oh, okay.
I've got to try and get more time in the shed to do stuff anyway. That's my biggest hassle, is getting enough time there to do it.
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I turn Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 or 9 to 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Got a couple canes I'm working on. Well, commissions. I got some canes, some urns, some human urns, some pet urns.
Yeah, I was interested in the canes, the walking sticks you were turning the other day. That looked pretty cool.
Yeah, that's coming along great. I'm using walnut, black walnut. Oh, that's not frozen. I just got soaked. What was I saying?
Canes, black walnut.
Oh yeah, the shaft is black walnut. The handle is black walnut pinstripe with bloodwood on the outside, and it's shaped almost like a Texas Longhorn horns.
Yep.
And then it's going to have inlay of walrus tusk and inlay engraved initials, but the initials are going to be gold leafed. And the walrus tusk medallion or button that's going in the handle is going to have a company logo medallion inlaid in the bone, which was made by a jeweler. So it's for the CEO of the company. He had the jeweler medallion made.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a good one to do. It's fun. The next, he's ordered all kinds of canes from me. I've done Egyptian themed cane with a Sphinx handle, divine eye, the eye of Ra, the Anka on it with pyramid stone carved into it. I did a hockey night in Canada, which had a beer can handle, Canadian flag with the Jason mask, hockey sticks, and the hockey night in Canada, couple lettering. I've done lots of games. All kinds. One was native inspired, which was wood burned with ravens and wolves howling at the forest and orca whales. Another one was pool cue, 3-piece that came apart so they could use it for stick fighting or travel with it. All kinds. The next one I got to do, the shaft's going to be a spine, and the handle is going to be a human skull.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Anatomically correct. Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Which one of your enemies is going to be the skull? Is going to be the head?
I don't know yet.
I was going to.
I did a whale tail one.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry, go ahead.
You know, the red gum bowl that Jay put the pyro on the outside with the trees and the grass trees. So those grass trees, I'll get a photo of it when I get it finished. When I was over at the Mundalla show a few weeks ago, there was a guy over there who was doing a bit of turning and made a few walking sticks and stuff. And he's made them out of these grass tree stems. And he's just turned a round knob for the top and just polished up the stem. And I didn't think they'd be strong enough, but I had a couple in the shed, and they'll support my weight. I can lean straight down on it and not even bend it. So for a walking stick, they'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he's talking about, Code. Those things there, the black bush.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there for that one.
Yeah.
What's the bottom look like? I'm just that looks good. That turned out good. Good repair.
Yeah, I had to do something.
Did I miss something there?
Yeah, you might have. I spent all that time on it and turned it into a funnel.
Yeah, that's a piss off. But it happens. But I mean, the more it happens and you get better at fixing it. So
yes.
I had what did I do today? I had a mishap. It wasn't nothing dangerous or nothing, but it still woke me up. So you saw my box I did, the footed box I did, the black and yellow one I posted on Facebook.
Yep.
So I was doing another one with a different style foot. I did the inside. This was from the pressure chuck, so that'll sand off. But so here's the outside. Oh, hold on here. So here's the outside. Here's where the foot would be. I turned the inside, had it all hollowed out. I was turning away the bottom for the foot. And
oh.
So where I was doing the feet and the bottom, I was bringing it up to the connection.
Yes.
And I don't know. Just wasn't solid enough, or had a wobble, had a hairline crack, and just came apart. And I was like, "Oh, I'm done for the day."
Let's go. You could put it back together and sell it as a Hollywood couple.
No.
Yeah, or make bookends.
Hollywood couple splits easily.
Put resin in there and make it bookends.
Yeah, I could fix it. I could fuss about fixing it and gluing it and epoxying it. But then it'll be a lot more work sanding and finishing and getting all those seams flawless and smooth.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not really worth it to me because I'll put more time into it than it's really worth.
So basically, what you're saying is you can't sell it for the amount of time and money you have to put into it. You can't get your money back in. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it'd be so much easier for me just to turn another one, because I mean, this took, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Yep. You'd spend longer than that fixing it.
So if I was to fix it, I'd fuss around for a couple hours, get gluing it and clamping it, and I'd have glue absolutely everywhere, or epoxy everywhere. And then the next day I'd have to spend probably 3 hours sanding it and fixing it and then returning it. So it just wouldn't be worth it in a retail type setting when I could turn one quicker.
Yeah, you're not value adding it. You're taking value away from it in the end result.
Yeah. And I mean, it's cool when you have cracks and defects in the wood. You can make a feature out of it and you can fill it. Or you can make it the feature and color it or dye it or put gold flake or gold in it or silver. There's all kinds of ways to make it the feature. But depending where you sell it or what sort of market you sell it to, a crack is still a crack.
Is there still something I'm still exploring and playing with as far as markets and saleability goes? I've done a couple of little olive natural edge bowls out of just offcuts of, it's sort of semi-dried olive and it's got cracks in it, but they're sort of, it's root burl sort of wood, so it's got contained cracks, if you know what I mean. So they're in the middle of the wood, they don't extend out. And I've done two small bowls about yay big, like nut bowls that you'd use them for or something like that. And they've got little cracks about yay long and about yay wide that are in a little down the sides of them, and they're fully open all the way through.
Yeah,
and I've done two like that, and I reckon I've just left them. I'm going to use them as a feature as such, and I'm going to try a couple later on, same thing, but I'm going to fill them with something and put them both out together and see which one's the more marketable one. But the price point between the two, the extra effort you got to go to fill it and then get a good finish on it.
Yeah.
Isn't going to be worth it.
You got to sell it.
You've got to sell it for more than the other one. Yeah, to make it worthwhile. All right.
So, Cade.
Yeah, I saw you just part through those.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. I was trying to do it in the one piece instead of doing a ring here, a ring there. Do a ring on the outside, then a ring on the inside, and that's what I managed to get. So.
Oh, you smart ass!
Oh,
well done.
That's cool. So it can go in between and back and forth through the big larger ring.
Yeah. So that was my experiment for today, and it worked. So I don't know. I have no idea if anyone's ever tried that before, because I couldn't even explain it properly to Cade because he didn't get what I meant. So I just did it.
Yeah, I mean, I've done captive rings and stuff, but I've never really done that sort of a ring and a ring, and then you part through them both, and you have one that fits within the other. That's cool. I mean, pardon?
Now you have to do one until that's really, really like toothpick thin, all right? So you got to keep making rings until they go.
Okay. I'll do that tomorrow.
All right, no worries.
I'll have to try that out tomorrow for sure.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Right, guys, I better go back to work anyway.
All right.
Yeah, I was just gonna say to your point there, with the smaller cracks and stuff that don't go to a rim or to a base, you can make it the feature like a stained glass window, and that looks really cool. But something that has a crack from rim to rim.
Oh yeah, no, that's not cool.
It's almost like they question the structural integrity.
I'll I'll send you a
Depend-
picture of the little one I just did on Facebook on Messenger when I get home, just so you can have a look at it.
Okay.
The first one I did, the wife style. She said, "Oh, that's cute. I want that."
There you go.
So I
That's
thought I
cool.
better do another one.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
I mean, there's always a market out there. You just got to find the people who want that.
Yeah, there's a few farmers markets starting to get around here a bit too now. There's 3 or 4 that run reasonably regularly, so I might try and get into them too, see what the costs are and whether it's worth doing.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I did those too. I mean, in the beginning, when I first started out and started doing fairs and farmers markets and stuff, I did the less expensive ones. So like your $30, $40, $50 for a table for a day. And they were good. They were great. Get your feet wet, right?
And they'd be similar. Would they be similar that like your price point is down in that lower end as well for selling stuff?
Yes, at the less expensive shows, I would expect to sell less expensive items.
Yeah. The
So at a
logic
more
says that.
Yeah, yeah. And it depends on the type of market. If it's a farmer's market, sometimes it's flea market mentality.
Yeah.
So they think they'll get something for next to nothing.
They're looking for the bargains, not for the quality stuff, and they don't want to pay for anything.
Yeah. But when you pay a little bit more and you get into like the artisan village or the artisan valley or the artisan whatever it's called in that festival, it's more of a art show than a farmer's market or a craft fair. And at those, I mean, you're going to expect to spend more to be there, probably $100 or 150 or 300 for a weekend. But at those shows, you'll get larger crowds. And in the heading or the heading of the show, they're expecting more art. So they'll expect to pay more for it.
Yep. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Take care. See you, Jay.
See you later.
Take care.
Okay.
Cheers. Yeah, it's tricky doing the shows. The shows are fun. They're great to do. You meet lots of people. It's almost like the family, right? It's like the traveling road show or the carnies that go from town to town to town to it's a whole circuit. So you get to know everybody and you market and network and it's like a family. So it's kind of cool in that way because they'll all share what are the good shows, what are the not so good shows, what to avoid.
Yes.
But
I haven't had the opportunity to do any stalls, markets, or anything like that. Good old COVID fixed that up for me.
Yeah, same here. I usually do like 14 to 16 festivals a year.
Wow, that's all right.
And then I do 5 studio tours.
Yep.
And 3 art exhibitions a year. And they were all kiboshed due to COVID. So now it's just in the galleries and the shops, which have usually been closed. So it's been all online.
Yes, it's made people realize how good online viewing is. I mean, like to do something live anyway.
Yeah. People like live because you never know what to expect. They come to the race to see what's going to happen. You might see the race finish. You might see someone run into the guard rail. So, I mean, come for the race and watch the show. You hope you don't hit the wall.
Yeah.
But that makes it relatable too. Yeah.
Yes. No. I'd like to start doing markets and stuff like that. I think, to be honest, I've got enough stuff collected up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got them just shoved in bloody corners and piled up on top of each other.
Yeah, for sure. I know I was getting stock, and in the beginning I was accumulating so much stuff, and you can only give so much away to friends and family until they don't really want it anymore.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, another bowl. Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You go over a couple of days later, and where's that bowl that I gave you?
The dog ate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're talking about the studio tours starting up. I don't think they're going to be in person. They're going to be more virtual, but I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yes. Gets the ball rolling again, at least.
Yeah, it still keeps you visible.
Yeah.
You got to be visible.
So is that all you did today? Was your little... Yeah. Thing that...
Well, I put finish on stuff, sanded and finished everything, put finish on stuff. I wasn't going to turn it all today. But then I was like, I should do a little footed box, because I wanted to put another one in the exhibition coming up with a couple that I already have done.
Yep.
And I was probably rushing it because I had a meeting in an hour. So that could have been a factor too.
Yep.
So, but oh well.
Yep, can't be helped now.
It happens. I mean, it'll be a good piece to show what can happen. I mean, show what happens, show your wall thicknesses, so you can see exactly where it caught.
Like the old days, they used to have a motor cut in half so you could see the piston working.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. A piston what? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you have a class in high school, where you did pull motors apart and put them back together?
Yeah, auto shop. Yeah, we had that in school.
We had a dunged out a car that had no shell on it. It was just wheels, a chassis, and seats, and a motor and stuff. It had everything except for the actual shell to go over it. And they gave us that as a project. If we can get it running, we can cruise around in the high school, because we actually had it as a agricultural high school. So there was a fair few paddocks around with nothing in them. We could drive the car around in. So that was our project.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah, they had a couple old broken down cars in my auto shop, and we would work on them and learn how to do all the fluid changes and brakes and tire changes and different things and small motors. And
yep.
Shortly after that, they bubble wrapped the world and took all that out of schools.
Bubble wrap the world, that's an understatement and a half, isn't it? Bloody snowflakes, just melt them all already and get it over and done with.
Pardon?
Melt the snowflakes and get it all over and done with.
Yeah, exactly. Right? I know. Huh. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to try that. I'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could make it look a hell of a lot better.
I don't know. I blew stuff up today. But no, that's all I did. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. We had I have the piece for the lid off, so that'll be something different. But I have another piece, a couple pieces of this wood downstairs, the ambrosia maple.
Yep.
Pretty nice stuff. Well, I mean, it's okay. Maple's kind of boring. Maple's kind of boring to me because there's so much up here.
You talk about it like we talk about gum. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, just gum.
Yeah.
You call it exotic, and we find it on the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. That's when people talk about maple burls. I'm like, oh yeah, like 50 in my backyard.
How many do you want?
Yeah.
Are you trying to see if they'll regrow or something?
No, well, I have some that are wet and green, so they got to dry. But then I got a small stockpile of dry ones in storage too, which will be for projects or stuff. I'm not just gonna turn them to turn them. I'll wait until I have some sort of idea or something of what it wants to be. Yep. Or wait until it talks to you.
Yes.
So they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you almost waste it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't almost waste it, but you could. You could waste
like what I do. Yeah, what I do, pretty much. Huh? Yeah, you can agree because I'll agree with you.
I was annoyed after this box. I came upstairs and I'm like, oh, here's the box I put together, and I hand it to her in solid form and falls apart in two, and she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, you can't do it. You can't be perfect all the time. I'm like, no, it's unacceptable. she's like, no. You can screw up once in a blue moon. I'm
like, get back in there and do it again. Go on. What are you doing in here?
Right, back to work. But no, it wasn't too bad. So I'll do one tomorrow. I didn't like the foot either. The shape I did for the foot on the other one, I liked much better.
Yep.
Than this one. But it's all part of the process.
Yes.
So I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. I gotta take the cat to the vet. That's about it. And then maybe turn something in between.
Are you gonna put the cat in a cage, or is it gonna sit on your lap?
No, it'll go in the carrier, and then it'll go to the vet. It's not climbing all over me while I drive.
I was watching Motor Patrol Highway last night, and some dude got pulled over because he had a cat sitting on his lap, and the cops drove past. And he said, yeah, he said he has to take the cat to the vet, and it stresses out too much if it's in a cage, so he has to leave it roaming around in the car.
Wow. And then it gets under the brake pedal.
Yeah.
It can't brake. Or it lies on the accelerator, you 100 miles an hour into the guy in front of you.
Yeah, hopefully it's not a copper. Yeah. No, it's just his excuse, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll do. Oh, yeah. I got some plans. I might whip that off in the morning, and then I'll do the vet.
I can't see what you're talking about. You said you're going to whip that off in the morning. I'm not sure if it's like appropriate for PG viewing, is it?
Oh, well, whip off that box in the morning before the vet appointment.
Still doesn't sound any better. It's a box.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not really, but I thought I better say it.
That makes it weird. Here's the birdmouth hollow form. There.
Hang on, I'll get you on full screen. Very nice.
There's the eye and then the pith.
Yes.
Here it's almost like a little sideways kissy face.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Did you paint the inside or is that natural color?
No, I painted the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could have said that was natural color and I would have believed you.
Yeah, I know I painted the inside for I don't know, color.
Yep.
Color contrast. I have a series of them that are colored and then others that are natural. But the black cherry ones turned out really cool.
See you later, Effie. Thanks for coming in.
Take care. Have a good
Here you
night.
go, Effie. Look at this. There you go, Effie. Oh, bling. Bling.
Bling bling. Money ain't a thing.
And it's got this little stand that it sits on.
Oh, cool.
That's the stand that it sits on.
That's pretty cool. Where'd you get that? Is that a doorknob?
Yeah. I got it off an old cabinet that we broke apart once.
That's
I
cool.
thought, they're too good to throw away. I'm keeping them.
Might as well. Huh. Can you put that on screen again? I want to take a screenshot of that shape, that form type thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Oh, perfect. I think, let me see. All right. Yep. Perfect. Thanks.
And you got that there too, underneath.
Oh, sure. The seashell effect. That'd be a cool texture.
Or a daisy or something like that.
Yeah. I saw one guy on Facebook using a spiralizer, like a spiralizing machine.
Yeah.
And it turns your headstock into like an ornamental lathe. So now you can cut spirals and remember the spiralizer kit you could get as a kid where it was a whole bunch of gears and you could make all these geometric patterns and circles and stars and all kinds of stuff. It basically turns your lathe into that.
Oh, yeah. Pretty cool.
So that's kind of cool. It's just ridiculous price, of course.
Can you make it?
Maybe. I wonder if I could make it. Well, yeah, I don't know. You need the piece that goes in the head, and then it has the setting for the off-center cutter, and you can put it in different off-center pieces, and that's what gives you the flower wisps or the daisy or the geometric spiraling. But what you have in your tailstock is you have the adapter to screw your chuck to the tailstock, but you also have an indexing plate. So you index it to the one piece, push it into the moving cutter, bring it back, change it to the next indexer, come into the cutter and bring it back, and so on until you go around the circumference of the piece.
Okay.
So it's a cool effect, but I mean, it probably took them all day. So I mean, there's a.
You'd need a spare lathe.
If it took you all day.
Yes. So I'll send you a couple of pictures over Messenger. My new lathe that I'm getting. My new old lathe, I should say.
Oh, nice. Like
It's
a refurbished lathe?
it's 76 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Robo from Robo?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice. That'll be great.
I'll put the pictures in Messenger for you in your personal.
Oh, okay. Cool. I'll check that out. That's exciting.
It's a 3-phase, but I'm getting it converted to a variable speed and converted down to a single phase at the same time.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's about 250, 300 kilos worth in weight. It's nice heavy duty old built machine. It was built in Australia as well.
Yeah, that'll be heavy enough.
Yeah, well, it comes
some big
apart.
stuff if you want.
Yeah, it comes apart. All the legs and everything come apart away from the headstock comes off. So Sid owns a wagon, and he's offered. I asked him if he wanted to go on a road trip to Victoria. I was going to hire a car to go over and collect it, but he's offered to put it in his car. So we're going to go and do that at the end of August. Go and pick it up.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
Beast. Wolfenden.
Yeah, it's been raised to my height, so it's basically just all ready to go. Other than me getting from 3-phase down to single phase.
Oh, cool. Belt system.
Now, Robbo said that belt will basically never break because the machine is actually designed for production work.
Sweet.
Yeah. So I'll be able to turn some much bigger stuff. It's got about I think it's a 5-foot bed.
Sweet.
850 mil between centers.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've got to buy a bigger chuck for it, but that doesn't bother me because if I want to do bigger stuff, I'm going to need a bigger chuck anyway. So.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'd have to get an adapter made up for the thread for the smaller chuck that I've got at the moment. So if I get the bigger chuck, that just screws straight on.
Yeah, you could have both. You could use the smaller one for smaller stuff and that one for anything.
Yeah, well, Amber likes to turn too, so she'll use this one, maybe more than I do, but yeah.
Sweet, there you go. That's good. That'll be great. We'll have all kinds of new. You can do bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Just be careful with bigger. The bigger it is, the higher the risk.
Oh yeah, I think it's 20 inches between the center and the bed.
Nice.
I might be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time.
Does it come with the little hat?
Comes with everything that's there.
So you get the cute little sun hat? Gonna be your turning hat?
No, he can keep that one. That's all his. And you look at the picture that shows the tailstock where it's got "Don't talk to the operator."
Yeah.
See all Robbo's tools in the background?
No, here, I'll go back. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I didn't hit the wrong button. Where the hell is it? Oh, I can't even go into my messenger here. Oh, there I am.
And the
the one with the headstock?
No, with the tailstock, you can see all his tools. I'm pretty sure it is. But there's another one that shows the
Oh,
lathe
yeah.
from that's one of his tool collections. I'm pretty sure he's got another one or two of those like
Where
that.
it shows the Wadkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows
And then
the
the-
Wadkin in behind, yeah. And on
The-
cabinet of tools.
Yeah. The picture of the lathe from behind, where it's got the forklift in front of it, right at the end of the lathe, that's Robbo's little live section there, where he does lives and stuff like that. You can see the TV screen and stuff.
The TV screen in the first photo?
It's the third one, where it's a picture taken from the back of the lathe.
Oh yeah, the TV on the screen there. The
Yeah.
forklift.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's got like 3 or 4 cameras set up there, and I can't remember the name of the lathe that he's got there, but it goes pretty good. It's a good little setup. He's got cement filled lathe station going on.
Sweet. That's pretty good. That's pretty handy. That'll be great. What are you gonna do with that now?
I don't know.
You can drill a hole in the top, and it could be a candle
Yep.
holder or a candlestick or a.
Yes, it could be. Yes. Honestly, it was just an experiment to see if it would work.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah,
Anyone
that's
watching,
cool.
you have to go make them now. Do more than 2 rings. Come on. I'm a shit
All right.
turner. Come on, you're better than me. Come on.
Yeah, I'll have to see how many I can do.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. That would be cool on a goblet.
Yeah. Or how thin you can get them.
Yeah, you don't want to go too thin because they'll just break.
Come
If
on.
someone grabbed it the wrong way or too aggressively, they could break.
As long as they've bought it beforehand, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, if they bought it already, I mean, it's their problem if they break it.
Well, you could always coat them in resin. That would harden them up a bit. Or would they still be brittle, you reckon?
Yep. You could plasticize them or epoxy them or stabilize them somehow.
Yep. Well, I'm going to run away now. Thank you very much for coming along today, Cade, and watch me
Yeah.
take some shavings.
Yeah, no problem. Good chat, good hanging out.
Yeah.
So,
All right, everyone
Yeah.
in the chat, thanks for coming in. Don't get too ugly.
looking good.
I don't have any mirrors in the house for a good reason. This weird fat dude looking back at me.
Oh,
Uh,
night, everybody.
see you later.